We'll go back into Matthew chapter 24, verse 15. All right. Verse 15 says, "When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. Whoso readeth, let him understand." See what it said, the Lord said, "Whoso read, let him understand." See, the abomination that maketh desolate. We're going to Daniel chapter 9:27 and Daniel chapter 12 and 11. All right. Going to Daniel 9:27. They talk about the abomination that maketh desolate. All right. It says, "And he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week." See, a lot of people think these man prophets been saying that the Antichrist will confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. That's the Lord Jesus Christ confirming a covenant with many for 1 week in the last days. Because before they killed the 2 witnesses, and the saints, they're going to make a lot of the saints to be made white, and a lot of them going to come to God. They're going to see, because the saints going to be trying to bring some of the people and get them to see, when the Antichrist be here. So a lot of people don't know, but a lot of them go along with the Antichrist because the Antichrist could come in by flattery, But the saints could be trying to help them and show them that he's not God, because the Antichrist could be trying to play like he is God. He's the Lord Jesus Christ. And saying, "He shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week, and in the midst of the week he shall cause the sacrifice." That's when they're going to be killing the saints. The 2 witnesses are going to kill the saints. And he shall cause the sacrifice and oblation to cease. And for the overspreading of abominations, he shall make it desolate, even unto the consummation, and that determined shall be poured upon the desolate. So he's going to confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. In the midst of the week, that's when they're going to kill the 2 witnesses. They're going to be making all out war against the saints. Jerusalem, after Jerusalem going to go into captivity. There's a lot of people can't see that, don't understand that. Then after start the great tribulation. When they kill the 2 witnesses. See, before that, they won't be able to do, the Antichrist won't be able to do the 2 witnesses. Nothing. Because any man will hurt them, fire proceeded out of their mouth and devoured their enemy. See, if any man will hurt them in this manner, in this manner, they must be killed. See, any man will hurt them, he must be killed. See, they won't be able to do the 2 witnesses nothing. See, until they finish their testimony. Like I always tell you, the Bible tells you that. Until they finish their testimony, and that beast couldn't do nothing. That false prophet with them 10 horns, with the murder nations. See, and a lot of people can't see it. See, when they set up that image, that abomination that make it desolate, that's when they're going to kill. They're going to kill the 2 witnesses first, then they're going to set up the abomination that make it desolate. They're going to make all out war against the saints. They're going to be killing all the saints. They're going to kill the 2 witnesses. They're going to kill all the rest of, try to kill all the rest of the saints. And those down in Judea, they have to flee to the mountain when they see they set up the abomination that make it desolate. See? Those that don't flee will be like Lot's wife. You know, you have to obey. If you don't obey, you're gonna be killed. You're gonna be destroyed. You know, like Lot's wife. You know, that's my Lord tell them. When they see the abomination that make it desolate, those that be in Judea to flee to the mountain. All right, Daniel 12 and 11. Yeah, 12 and 11. All right, 12 and 11 said, and from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, see, from the time that the daily sacrifice, see, the daily sacrifice is the saints. We are the daily sacrifice in the New Testament. The Old Testament was animal sacrifice. You have to understand that. A lot of people tell me that people go back to bulls and goats, you know, it's going to make the abomination that make it desolate. Not what it's saying. You know, it said from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away. That's when they're going to kill the two witnesses. You know, they're going to be killing the saints. The rest of the saints too. You know. See, they couldn't do the other two witnesses nothing before. Two witnesses was in Jerusalem. They couldn't do them nothing. See, he couldn't take over Jerusalem. He didn't have full authority. Because the two witnesses of God, I give the two witnesses power. Like with Moses. Like Pharaoh couldn't do to Moses nothing. He come to Pharaoh anytime he want. God would tell him they could put frog on him, flies, different things on him, and turn the water into blood. But Pharaoh couldn't do the two witnesses nothing. Because God didn't allow them to do nothing. See. The same thing with the two witnesses. Until God wanted them to finish their testimony. Then he allowed the Antichrist, false prophet, to kill the two witnesses. You know, he probably ain't going to do it himself, but you know, he's arming. You got 10 horn or some with some other horn. See, he said, from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, and an abomination that make it desolate set up, thou shalt be 1,290 days. It's like 3.5 years. And he said, blessed he that waited and come into the 1,305 and 30 days. That's the 45 days more. Because when the Lord come back immediately after the tribulation. You know, it's going to be days after the tribulation when he come back. Probably less than 45 days. Like in Daniel 11:31 says, talking about the same thing. 11:31 said, an arm shall stand on his part, and they shall pollute the sanctuary of strength, and shall take away the daily sacrifice. See, they'll take away the daily sacrifice. The arm be like them 10 kings, 10 horns that stand on his part. Because he going to give power to them 10 kingdom, Antichrist, that false prophet. And say, an arm shall stand on his part, and they shall pollute the sanctuary of strength. It's in Jerusalem, and shall take away the daily sacrifice. That's when they're going to kill the two witnesses. And they shall place the abomination that make it desolate. They're going to set up an image in Jerusalem, which we read about in Revelation chapter 13. You know, I can go through all that, but it's a lot I can go through. You know, I don't have the time right now because it'd be a real long video. I'm just giving you some of the things, you know, right now. See, like in Luke Luke chapter 21. You see, chapter 21 and verse 24. And saying, they shall fall by the edge of the sword and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentile until the time of the Gentile be fulfilled. See, that's when Jerusalem got to go into captivity. That's when they kill the two witnesses. Jerusalem going to be trodden down of the Gentile. You know, so a lot of people can't see that. So when we start the Great Tribulation, go back to Matthew chapter 24 and verse 16. So he tell you, he said, then let them which be in Jerusalem, see in Matthew chapter 24 verse 16, see after they set up their abomination, you know, he said, then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. See, they have to go into the mountain. He said, let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house, neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. You see? Can't go and take nothing out of your house or anything. You got to leave and go straight and obey the Lord. Go straight to the mountain. Even though it's winter time. You know, don't go get your coat out of your house or anything. And he said, woe to them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. You see. He said, but pray ye that your flight be not in the winter. See, pray that your flight be not in the winter. It said, pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. See, but the Jewish people always go into the temple on the Sabbath day. Because it be on the Sabbath day, a lot of them get caught because they're supposed to be fleeing into the mountain. They won't be knowing what's going on. You know. I said, that's why I said pray that your flight be not neither in the winter or in the Sabbath day, because in the winter, you know, with children, it'd be cold and stuff like that. It's the worst time to flee. And verse 21 said, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world. See, to this time, no, nor ever shall be. See, and there will be a time like it. You know, a time of great tribulation. And you have to flee into the mountain. Yeah, that's what I wanted to bring to y'all, but I'm going to have to go to a little bit more next time. You know, there's a lot of things, you know, I can go through it so y'all can understand a little bit better, you know. But that's when that great tribulation started, you know. After they set up the abomination that make it desolate, they're going to set up an image. That's what you read about in Revelation chapter 13. See, most people can't see that, but that's what it is. When you read about in Revelation chapter 13, verse like from 14 on down. You know, it said, chapter 13, verse 14 on down, saying, deceiving them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword, and they live. See, one of his head got wounded before. I went through all that before with y'all. And verse 15 say he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. See? So you can set up an image like Nebuchadnezzar in Jerusalem. You can set up an image like Nebuchadnezzar did. You want everybody to bow down to the image because they got technology now. They can see everything what you're doing. See, back then, Nebuchadnezzar time, you had to hear that flute and harp and different sound of music back then. And then everybody bow down, all those nations. But now they can see if you bow down or not. Got cellular phone, iPhone, laptop, all that, television, different things you use. Well, they can see you, track you, and know everything what you're doing. Got television watching you. Got refrigerator, stove, laptop. Little dolls what kids play with. Got all type of things. Everything. They got computer chip in it. They can watch and see you and put cameras in it. Back then they didn't have that. That's why you had these. Nebuchadnezzar, everybody hear the flute and all that. The music. They had to bow down back then. But now they got technology where they can see you. Know if you're doing it. Because anybody don't bow down, they say they should be killed. And the people will kill you now too. Because it got polluted just like it was in Nebuchadnezzar time. It's just how it is. You don't think that, but that's how it will be. Look how we are now with homosexuality. We didn't talk to the elderly people that's living now. They didn't talk that the world was going to be that bad about homosexuality, transgender, women ruling over men and all that. See how it done turn, flip the opposite. But this is what I wanted to bring to y'all and let y'all know, what's going to be happening. See, the Antichrist, like in verse 14, say that they should make an image to the beast. Who had the wound by his sword. They live and the people made an image. And then they want everybody to bow down like Nebuchadnezzar did. Now they're going to do it again. History repeat itself. We're in the second Babylon now. And it's coming. Around the corner, it's starting to happen now. We're in the second Babylon. We're not at the end yet. We're getting there. But that's what I wanted to bring to y'all. I'm going to get into it a little more next time. Give y'all a little more. But thank y'all. May God bless y'all and give y'all wisdom and knowledge and understanding of His Word.